Hello everyone, this is CE108 Engineering Management code 3353. My name is Darby Consley and I am a reporter from Group 3 and I will discuss to you the lesson on techniques of motivation. I hope you will listen to the discussion. So now let's go to the topic which is techniques of motivation. So in order for us to be guided, I will first discuss to you the highlights of the topic. First is motivation through job design. Second is motivation through rewards. Third is motivation through employee participation. Lastly is other motivation techniques. So let's talk about first motivation through job design. It is known to be that if a certain individual gets the job or is assigned to do the job that he likes the most likely that individual will feel highly motivated. However, the first thing that is necessary to do the design job is that it can perform and execute the requirements of an organization and also for the person who will be tasked in that job. There are two approaches that can be used in motivating through job design. First is fitting jobs to people. There are times when people can become dissatisfied with their jobs because of the routine and repetitive tasks that they do. In order to avoid this kind of dissatisfaction, the following may be used to serve as a countermeasure. First is realistic job reviews. This is when management explains honestly of what would be exactly the job for a person. Second is job rotation. This is when people's job changes from time to time from one specialized to another. Third is limited exposure. This is where the tiring job of a person is limited. Next is fitting jobs to people. The other approach in the job design is that in order not to change the person, the management will create a way to provide the right job for that person by changing the job. In order to achieve this, the following are used. First is job enlargement. This is where combining two or more specialized tasks in a workflow sequence to make it a single job. Second is job enrichment. This is where making an effort to make the job more interesting, rewarding, and challenging. Next is motivation for rewards. Rewards are considered to be benefits to employees that does their job well. This can maybe in a form of material or psychological. If there is a proper reward system that is established in the company or organization, it can improve the job performance and satisfaction. There are two categories of rewards. First is extrinsic. This refers to the rewards given by another party to an employee doing the job well done. This may be in a form of money, employee benefits, promotions, recognitions, status symbols, praise, and etc. Next is intrinsic. This refers to the rewards that are internally experienced, like sense of accomplishment, self-esteem, and self-actualization. So next is management of extrinsic reward. Motivating job performance effectively is significant in a company. In order to do that, extrinsic reward must be properly managed in line with the following. It must satisfy individual needs. Second, the employees must believe effort will lead to reward. Third is rewards must be equitable. And lastly, rewards must be linked to performance. So next is an array of monetary and other incentives for employees. So as you can see in the table, you can see the type of benefit and the feature. The first column, you can see monthly pay, 13th month pay, 14th month pay, housing allowance, sick leaves, benefits, vacation leave, benefits, pension plan, paid vacation trip, health insurance, accident insurance. The features corresponding to that is that depends on qualifications of employees, given at mid-year, given at year-end, and so on and so forth. No single type of reward is generally applicable to all employees. This is so because individual persons have needs different from other persons. As much as possible, the particular needs of an individual must be matched with a corresponding reward. Motivation is the objective. The administrative constraints inherent to such systems, however, will be a hindrance to its adoption. Whenever feasible, however, it must be used. The employees must put in their minds that efforts will lead to rewards. Without this kind of thinking, they will not work hard for their jobs and they will not exert more efforts to do different tasks in their jobs. Rewards that are not fairly established and without proper system will lead to lack of motivation to do the job. Rewards will make employees exert more effort in doing their jobs. Hence, if an employee knows this, the management will expect an extra effort from him. An example of a negative practice is in the government offices, where you see, regardless of the performance they put into the job, they will still receive productivity bonus. As a result of that practice, many employees of government offices lack effort and motivation in doing their jobs. Next is motivation through employee participation. When employees participate in deciding various aspects of their jobs, there are times that there is a personal involvement that is happening to the point that the task is completed. Specific activities identified where employees may participate are as follows. First, setting goals. Second, making decisions. Third, solving problems. And fourth, designing and implementing organizational changes. However, the more popular approaches to participation includes the following. First is quality control circles. Second is self-managed teams. Quality control circles. A method of direct employee participation is the quality control circle, or QCC. The objective of the QCC is to increase the productivity and quality of output. The circle consists of a group of 3 to 10 employees, usually doing related work, who meet at their regular intervals or once a week for an hour, for example, to identify the problems and discuss their solutions. The circle includes a leader, such as foreman, but rely on a democratic processes. The members are trained in various analysis techniques by the coordinator. The circle forwards its recommendations to management, which in turn makes decision on its adoption. Next is self-managed teams. When workers have reached a certain degree of discipline, they may be ripe for forming groups or high-performance teams. Self-managed teams, or take on traditional managerial tasks as part of their normal work routine. So next, we will discuss the quality control circle process. So first, quality circle members brainstorm, gather data, and establish cause and effect. Second, quality circle members prepare solutions and recommendations. After that, management considers quality circle recommendations and makes decisions. Lastly, results are measured and feedback, recognition, and rewards given to quality control circle members. Then the cycle continues. The self-managed teams work on their own, turning out a complete product or service, receiving minimal supervisions from managers, who act more as facilitators than supervisors. When a product or service is produced by a group of professionals or specialists, they might as well be formed as a self-managed team to save on supervisory costs. So next, we will discuss requisites to successful employee participation program. To succeed, an employee participation program will require the following. First is a profit sharing or gain sharing plan. Next is a long-term employment relationship with good job security. Third is a concerted effort to build and maintain group cohesiveness. Lastly, the fourth, protection of the individual employee's rights. Next is for our last topic, which is other motivation techniques. The advent of theories an individual differences and biological clock of human beings put pressure on the engineer manager to adopt other motivation techniques whenever applicable. This refers to the following. First is flexible work schedules. There is an arrangement called flex time which allows employees to determine their own arrival and departure times within specified limits. For example, an engineering firm may allow one group of employees to take the 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. schedule. Another group takes 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. schedule, and another takes 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. schedule. An alternative to this arrangement is the adoption of the 40-hour work in 4 days, allowing the employee to choose a day off. An innovation of a popular bank in Makati is the hiring of part-time tellers to work 4 hours a day from Monday to Friday. There are certain benefits that are offered by flexible work schedules, although it is not applicable for all situations. Nevertheless, the engineering manager must decide when it is applicable. Next is family support services. Employees oftentimes burdened by family obligations like caring for children. Progressive companies provide daycare facilities for children of employees. A multinational company in a far-flung Davao province has even opened an elementary and high school within the plantation site. Third is sabbaticals. A sabbatical leave is one given to an employee after a certain number of years of service. The employee is allowed to go on leave for 2 months to 1 year with pay to give him time for family, recreations, and travel. It is expected that when the employee returns for work, his motivation is improved. That would be all for the topic. That is the end of presentation. Thank you for listening.